Hello and welcome to Best of the Bottom. We're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I'm Justin.
Diane.
And we're separated again because sometimes it's easier. So nobody has to crash at somebody else's house and such. So we're here. I'm here. She's there. We're all here. We're all stuff. Yes. But as I said, we're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. And if you like this sort of thing, you can find us right here on Twitch at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then we are also on YouTube, usually posted on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, depends on how long it takes to upload up to YouTube. And you catch up there. And then we're also have audio version available on Podbean on the Podbean app. And that's the admin bullshit to get through. Now it is time for my annual struggle to pick up this thing that we call where's the thing? Bag of Doom! In this bag, we have a few random shots that we go to a local liquor store and we're like, hey, clerk, man, dude, sir, miss, can I get 6, 12, 9 random shots of whatever dollar shooters you got? And they go, sure. What kind do you want exactly? And I said, it's up to your decision. You surprise us. And then it's a whole thing. And then actually that's a lie, because now I've been there enough times. People just get in there and they're like, bam, this guy wants 6 to 9 to 12 random shots. And then I take those in the bag and I put them in here, and then we take them over here. So Diane, why don't you reach into this purple bag of doom? Yeah, that's probably the most organized one we've done like that.
Good on us. Phillips Root 100 root beer liquor. Liqueur.
And I got a 99 peanut butter whiskey. I'm not excited about this one.
I'm not excited about this one. I hate root beer flavored stuff. I guess root beer in general.
Well, I got a 99, so just in general, it's probably going to be terrible.
I can't open it.
Use your teeth. Oh, Jesus. It's always a disaster with you.
I might have to. I've been trying to refrain from
the struggle.
Because I need to make a dentist appointment, but
And Maverick wasn't here last week because he said he put on some Nirvana and instantly was put to sleep. Well, those dulcet tones, man, they'll just relax you and, put you into a good vibe, and there you go. Oh, I turned that around. To the show. Hey, we did cheers. Jesus Christ. What, you fucked up the format. Jesus. What are you, new to this thing? God. Holy Jesus.
Because I had a moment like, oh, I hadn't taken my shot. And I thought, like, did he take his shot? And then I went to take the shot.
That tastes weird as shit. This tastes weird as shit. Ugh. Ew, I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Root beer and like black licorice are like very strong alcohol flavors.
And boom, Maverick is a kind soul in Tier 1 subscription for 2 months. Thank you, Maverick. You're a peach. I'm getting a little bit better. I'm trying to watch all like 9 of my fucking screens I got going on over here.
Yeah, I was shocked at how many screens you got going all at once.
Yeah.
I was totally thrown off. I was like, where?
The struggles of being a producer here. Producing and trying to partake and actively be part of this. All right, enough of the boring nonsense here. one of the things we like to move on to is we do this thing called the Florida Man. In the Florida Man, we find ourselves a lovely little headline that popped up. Whether I try to pick it that happened on this date. We've had at least one suggested to us, but on this date, I believe we have. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Thong-wearing Florida man arrested while building a shed with a garage on a stranger's property. Now, what we like to do is find these headlines, and we like to make up the story of how this happened. And look, man, I'm going to be honest with you. This is clearly it was a mistake. It was just a little error in communication. You know, he thought he was allowed to build this shed. And of course, it's Florida. It is Florida. It is hot. So it is hot and there's lots of sun. Sometimes you just need to stay cool and you want to tan those cheeks. So why not, multitask, work on your cheek tan, stay cool, build your shed, and, with your garage. And of course, you got to do your meth first. And I think what happened is he smoked his meth. He has measurements all wrong. He ended up 2 blocks down the street, and he just, started laying down the foundation, just going to town. But I'm actually, he's had to be a good way. If he was building a shed with a garage, and it was to the point where you could tell there was a shed in a garage, clearly, this stranger is blind or something, because that's a long way to get to where you can tell that's a shed with a garage. So clearly there must have been a miscommunication, and this guy was methed out with his cheeks out, and he just wanted to find some shelter. He was reading on the internet the popularity of the tiny house thing. So he was building a tiny house, but he still has his moped, so he's got to store his moped somewhere. So you got to build a garage, and like I said, sun's out, cheeks out.
Sun's out, cheeks out.
Yeah, I mean that's the Florida way. That is the Florida way. That honestly, that should be their state slogan. Actually, it might be their state slogan for all I know. I don't know what their state slogan is, but I would like to say that it should. If it's not, it should be "Sun's out, cheeks out." I mean, it just makes all the sense in the world. I mean, it's clear as day. That's what I think happened. It was a miscommunication, and I told you why the thong part is necessary. It's Florida, man. It's hot. There's sunny. You need the sun on the cheeks. You need to just, get a little color. You got to get some color. Sun's out, cheeks out. It's the Florida way. It's the Florida way of life. If you're not down with that, I don't know, go to Alabama, Georgia. It's not that much greater, but, Florida has a certain lifestyle. I'm just saying. It's just, there's a Florida way of life. That's just how it is. I've been there. Spent probably too much time there.
Can I see the Florida man again?
Do you need to refresh your memory?
Yeah. Well, the wording kind of tripped me up at first because I was like, what?
Thong-wearing Florida man arrested while building a shed with garage on stranger's property.
See, the way you read it, too, with garage, makes it sound like the garage is his accomplice.
Florida man and garage boy.
So it's
we build sheds and ride mopeds. With 1 gram of meth. Mild-mannered mullet man.
No, I mean, like, I was so drawn into your sun's out, cheeks out philosophy. Like, that's all I'm imagining. Like, that makes sense. That's just logic. I think you read the story.
I did not.
Like facts.
I swear to God, I did not read the story. But you know what? Garage could be a SoundCloud rapper. So maybe the he was building a shed with his buddy Garage. You know, his latest album drops on SoundCloud. I think at midnight tonight.
I feel like a shed with a garage is not a thing. Like,
I feel like, yeah, I do. I feel like that's a weird thing, a shed with a garage, because a shed is kind of already like a mini garage kind of situation.
yeah, so you added a garage to a garage. Like, the garage would be the bigger part in my head, you know? So it's like,
yeah, because like if you
added a shed to a garage, you mean?
If you have a house without a garage, you usually build a shed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's it's an odd conundrum. Maybe Garage is a SoundCloud rapper that's his homeboy. They, you know.
Yeah, just the way it sounded to me, I was so confused. Shed with garage, what is that?
Mild Manner, Billy and Frank, they smoked a gram of meth and they suddenly become Florida Man and Garage. And they build sheds in strangers' properties. Maybe he thought that dude needed a shed. You know, he has a bunch of tools just laid out on the property, and he's like, this man needs a shed. Come on, Garage. Let's build this man a shed. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Diane, do you have anything else to add to this?
No.
I wrapped it all up in a nice, pretty bow.
As always, you are the winner of this Florida.
I think I just have an inside track on how Florida Man thinks. You know, I spent some time in there. You know, just witnessing the Florida Man in his element. You know, for 2 years, I watched and I learned, and just I felt like Steve Irwin, but you know, instead of hunting crocodiles, I was, you know, hunting Florida Man. Mm-hmm. I could probably write a book. You know, I should.
You should. It would be probably used in, like, what are they called? The criminal mind people. Like who build profiles or whatever.
Yeah, a profiler.
Oh, there you go.
I could be an FBI profiler for Florida Man situations. Man, yeah. Yes. And Maverick laughed out loud with the whole with Garage. Come on, Garage. Let's build this shed. You know, the more I talk about it, the more I think this is what happened. And I feel like is this a cartoon series already? Because, you know, I'm just saying that might be something to work on.
There you go.
Florida Man and Garage. Shall we get to our booze of the evening?
Yes.
So tonight, since we are best of the bottom, I was thinking, I don't think we've ever reviewed this in general. I don't think we've done it on just when we were doing the audio podcast. I don't think we've done this ever. Mm-mm. So I don't know why, but this is the first time ever live here on Twitch. We're drinking Mickey's. I mean, Mickey's is like the quintessential bottom shelf booze, man. I mean, it's just when you think going hood and just chilling. I mean, you got a 40 of Mickey's. Granted, I did tall boys because it was a 4-pack. I could have got us 2 40s, but I just felt like that was excessive. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay. All right. Next time we'll get 40s.
No, this is perfect. I'm just saying, you know.
Honestly, I'm not sure I've ever actually tried Mickey's in my life. This actually might be a first for me. But I'm not sure. Because in my youth, I did a lot of dumb things. And yeah, so Mickey's. I feel like we should pour one out for the homies, but I don't want to pour it all over this electrical equipment.
Well, is that your only option?
I mean, there's not a lot of. You know what? For Bazunga's O'Shea.
There you go.
We'll pour a little bit in there. Pour a little bit out for the homies.
I'm probably not gonna. I might drink it, but I was drinking milk out of my cup earlier.
So they got some Milky Mickeys.
Yeah.
That sounds like a stripper name, Milky Mickeys.
Oh my.
Oh my. And now, welcome to the stage, Milky Mickeys. She came all the way down here from Florida with her sidekick, Garage.
Perfect. Yeah. Milky Mickeys, right?
Milky Mickeys.
Milky
Mickeys.
Milky Mickeys would be my favorite. Like I would just that name alone, I would be like, hold on, wait till you see.
Milky Mickeys, come to the stage.
That name is fun.
I feel like she definitely has C-section scars and possibly maybe a trach scar.
She's something else, you know.
Yeah. She's seen some things. She's done some things. Yeah. She's been around the block more than once.
She's definitely like, wait till you see her, though. And
oh, yes. It's like you're like, oh man, she would have been hot like 4 grams of meth before and 10 years ago or 4 months ago. I mean, meth ages quickly.
Like, I feel like she would give off like grandmotherly vibes. Like she'd still have like all the like fixins, you know, like she'd have all the plastic surgeries. Like she'd be like
a Florida grandmother, very leathery skin.
But she would still give off like, you know, she'd like say honey and sweetie, but it would feel like
definitely
comforting.
I think she definitely would.
Like she would be like somebody who you could like, you know, be what's his butt from The Boys, you know, just sucking on her titties all the time and just like have that motherly bond where that's all you do.
Maverick says like Granny working at a diner. I would say more like Granny working at a Denny's.
Yeah, something like that. But also the
in Florida.
His name. But not, I can't think of his name right now.
Not like Miami, Florida. Like maybe just outside of Orlando, kind of, you know.
Homelander. That's what it is, not Highlander.
What's that?
I'm still talking about The Boys thing.
Oh, Homelander. Okay.
Homelander, yeah.
I got you. Man, we're kind of grainy today. I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it's StreamYard that's being difficult. Because I'm a little grainy over here. I mean, you're a little grainy because you left the good camera.
Yes.
You left the good camera.
I've been back and forth, so.
Yeah, all right. I'll let it slide this time.
I forgot a lot of things.
It happens.
My mind has been extra scattered, and plus I'm already scatterbrained anyway, so.
That's true. That is true. Now, Yes, there is the Logitech is over there somewhere, Maverick. Just don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. Now,
I know where it's at.
Yeah, I've been debating. So I was debating on whether I do booze in the news or I go off on a little rant. So instead, I've decided, because there's some serious booze in the news that has happened recently. Diane, you sent me the article, as well as Extreme. Extreme sent me the article too.
Me and Extreme on the same page. High five.
Yeah, like seriously, like you sent it to me, and then the next day he was like, "Oh, hey, did you see this?" So we got to get to this. Let me find the article here. Nope, that's not it. So Sonic has decided to get into the hard seltzer game. That's right. You hear me correctly. Sonic says in Sonic, drive in for a change. They are releasing, this comes from the Oklahoma City News. Let's see, Fox 25, KOKH. Twitter is buzzing about possibility of collaborating between Sonic and Coop Ale Works to create hard seltzer flavors like ocean water and cherry limeade. So they're going to create all your classic Sonic drive-in things, you know.
Boozy ocean water sounds amazing.
Like, I mean,
ocean water is my favorite. It's the most relaxing drink ever. Throw a little booze in there, boom.
Oh, amazing. Yes, I've done that plenty of times. I've plenty of times gotten like a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper, poured just a little bit of the good old vodka in there, or maybe a little Parrot Bay, you know, something like that. And no, we're not talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Drive-In. But yeah, they have their, it looks like they're gonna have a tropical pack and a citrus pack. And it looks like the tropical pack's going to have your ocean water. And then it looks like they got like a watermelon lime situation. And sorry.
Take care.
Allergies. And they got like a mango guava, orange pineapple. And the citrus one's going to have the cherry limeade, original limeade, and some sort of lemonade. But I read the article, and at first I was thinking, oh, fucking A, Sonic is going to have hard seltzer. And I remember seeing the date, and I thought it was March 1st, so I was in there going, fuck yeah, this is perfect timing. I was wrong. It's May 1st. May 1st, Sonic and Coop Ale Works will be partnering and doing Sonic's hard seltzers. And you know damn well we're going to be reviewing that shit on here. Oh, okay, here's the flavor list. They have ocean water, orange pineapple, mango guava, and melon medley. And I think that's going to be in the tropical variety pack. And the citrus pack is going to have cherry limeade, the classic limeade, lemon berry, and classic lemonade, lemon berry, and original limeade. So I think the lime berry is going to be like their strawberry limeades, is what they got going on there. But that's an interesting thought. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta love Sonic for their original drinks. And now finally somebody already realized, you know how many motherfuckers are coming over here and getting a Route 44 and putting some vodka in there?
Yeah, I'm like, that's all we used to do. Like back in the days, we'd go to Sonic and like get drinks, and then we would just throw our cheap booze in.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like sometimes if you're going to the bar and you want to pregame a little bit,
which is always.
Yes, because you'll spend less money. You get yourself a little pint, and then you get yourself whatever it is, cherry limeade, I don't know, cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper, ocean water, whatever creative thing you want. I believe there was somebody had created something they called the throbbing purple penis, which was like grape and some other flavors. All I remember is grape was in there. It was called the throbbing purple penis. But yeah, this is a thing that's happening. So definitely we're going to be reviewing that right here. Now the question is this going to be a 2-part series? Because you got a citrus and you got the tropical. So we do like a citrus one week and then tropical the next week, because that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We gotta give it a proper review. This is big news. This is huge news. Like when you first sent it to me, I thought you were fucking with me. I thought it was like somebody photoshopped some shit.
No,
this is a thing. This is a thing. Now I'm just thinking about some of the other probabilities. You know, you got like 7-Eleven, you know, and you got their Slurpees, AM/PM. There's so many other collaborations that could happen. You know, Sonic could be, you know, breaking new ground into proper bottom shelf booze and fast food situations. This could be huge. This could be huge. This could change our life forever. Man, this is big. This is big. I'm not trying to downplay this out. This is huge news. Huge. This is huge. Huge.
I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, boom. Send to Justin.
I know. I'm surprised
I honestly didn't even read the thing. I was just like, oh, this is in the news. Boom. Sent it to Justin.
I'm proud of you. You finally
the kid's trying. The kid's trying.
Thank you. It was awesome.
I know I sent it to you and like I was like expecting you right away to be like, oh yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe that was dumb. And then boom, you used it. Cool.
Yeah. Well, I was asleep when you sent it to me. So when I woke up, I sent you a message and I said, oh hell yeah, this is great. But yeah, you know, because I woke up and I saw I had a message from you, and then I saw that and I was like, oh, this is great. And then later on, Extreme was like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, what?
That makes me happy. I was like, yeah, that seems like some show shit.
Yeah, that definitely does. I'm glad you recognize the importance of the situation and you followed through.
Look at me doing what I should have been doing the whole time. Boom, boom.
Yay!
Boom, boom.
And participating.
Hey. I'm getting there.
All right. Now I have another rant, but I didn't get a chance to upload the image to the thing. So I'm just going to put the phone up and see if you can see that. Can you see that right there at the bottom?
What is it? Always accepting applications?
Always accepting applications. Fantastic people. Now, here's my rant. Now, what if you don't associate yourself with being fantastic? What if you consider yourself fabulous? Or maybe you consider yourself, you know, marvelous. Or, you know, maybe you feel sub-fantastic. I feel like this is just discrimination. You know, their only exception from fantastic people. What classifies you as fantastic? Do you classify yourself as fantastic? Does somebody else have to decide if you're fantastic? This just seems fucking absurd. Just absurd. I'm just saying, you know,
I do feel like if you like, I don't know, it's hard to tell anymore these days because we're all about, empowering yourself, recognizing that you are a fantastic person.
Or
But
maybe
at
you
the
feel
same
fantabulous.
time, like everybody like appreciates being humble. So I do feel like I don't know if you can say, "Hey, I'm fantastic."
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the other
know if
thing
that
too.
falls under self-love or if that falls under being like an asshole.
I just feel like it's very presumptuous of the Wiener Schnitzel, which is questionable enough. I mean, already you're using German words. I don't know. I'm starting to question what you consider fantastic now. I don't
Do,
know,
do
mate.
the
I'm
do the
just
German words scare you, Justin?
maybe. I mean, the Polish roots are a little concerned. I mean, I don't know. You know, I just realized we never actually reviewed the Mixies. We just drank it and then moved on.
Well, I think that's your review. It's Mickey. Drink it and move on.
Like normally I have like the alcohol percentage and all that stuff, and it just dawned on me right now. We gave like no, we're like, oh, hey, look, bitches, we're drinking Mickey's. Drink it and move on with your life. And that's kind of what we did. Like I didn't even give it a thought to it. It tastes like nothing. It's like, oh, all right, booze in the news. Now we're going on a rant. Fucking Wiener Schnitzel, man.
10 out of 10. Drink it, move on.
I don't know. It's Mickey's. I don't know what to say about it. It's Mickey's. I've drinking worse. Mickey's. You've drank worse.
Yeah.
Mickey's, if you're looking for a sponsorship, right here. Bam. We're here for you. But yeah, Wiener Schnitzel and Mickey's. Looking for fantastic people. What if you just consider yourself a nice person or a good person? What if you're sub-fantastic? Oh, there you go. Drink worst. The best thing at Wiener Schnitzel. Oh, man, it was sitting right there in front of my face the whole time. Maverick, good job. Golf clap.
I'll give him a full blown.
The slow clap.
Well, I didn't mean for it to be a slow clap. I just meant for it to be bigger. But it ended up being. I didn't realize that, the further away, the slower the clap. So it meant to be just grand applause,
Oh, grand applause. A standing ovation. I would stand up, but I already just like moved slightly and unplugged my headphones. So we're not going to do that again.
See, I don't like drinking beers on here, though, because I get really burpy. And I don't know how to, feel like I'm about to, burp ridiculous.
Yeah. And Mickey's isn't as burpy as some of the other stuff we've drank, though.
No, that's true. But I do apologize.
Like, I will say Mickey's does have this kind of, stale beer taste to it. And, yeah, that's what we got here. The freaking Wiener Schnitzel, man. I don't know. I was trying to go on a bigger rant, but I'm just saying. I mean, you can be fantastic. You can love yourself. But not everybody associates. What if nobody necessarily... I mean, not everybody identifies as being fantastic. There's so many other things you could be that are still positive. I don't feel it's right. And like I said, it's a German company, so I don't know. I don't know if they're actually German.
I mean, well, I think so. I mean, the words are. when I had that foreign exchange student in high school, she did say, "Hey, we have those."
The
Oh,
Wiener Schnitzels?
she was like, "That's our thing."
The Wiener Schnitzels?
Yeah. So she
Ah.
at least made that joke or comparison herself. So
Makes you think. Just saying. Not trying to start any internet rumors, but I'm just saying. Dude, I would laugh if this somebody watches this and they're like, "Oh, look, they're only looking for Fantastic," and it becomes a big old huge thing because I'm just fucking being a jackass. That'd be hilarious. Kind of hope it happens. Probably won't, but you know what? This is going up on the internet, so you know what? Wiener Schnitzel. They only want fantastic people, and it's very ill-defined. What does that mean?
Oh, did you hear about that Be Less White Coke thing?
I did see something about it. I was watching a thing that was talking about it, but I fell asleep before they got into it. But yeah, I saw that. So does it mean wear less cardigans? Play golf less?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. So many things pop to mind, but I'm like, some of that stuff I enjoy thoroughly, you know?
Put some more spice on your food.
Like Vanilla Ice just pops into mind, and I'm like, who doesn't enjoy just a little bit of Ice Baby?
That's true.
Ninja Rap? Like, come on.
I think those are only two songs that I really listen to is Ninja Rap and Ice Baby.
Yeah. I did used to watch his did he do like a renovation show or something?
Yeah, he did. I think it was landscaping and stuff. Because Vanilla Ice runs a landscaping business now.
I watched a couple of those, but honestly,
Never feels like that's just. You feel like that's just good advice. Be less white.
I don't know. I was just like, what the fuck is that?
Does that become like a whole? But then if you be less white, then you get accused of cultural appropriation. So
I was like, okay,
it's a lose-lose situation.
I don't enjoy okay, if you're trying to be funny, but to some degree it's also like, okay, but we're all trying to work towards equality, and there's a kind of a serious situation. Let's
maybe they mean
be
less riot on the Capitol steps kind of thing. Maybe that's their meaning, because
I mean, you imply be less white, but you don't say it, you stupid bastards. Then that's just annoying. It's like, I don't know.
Maybe be less Karen?
I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm like, because I'm like, I don't take the whole. I enjoy humor in these situations, but at the same time, to some degree, you got to take it somewhat serious, and we are working towards better relations, equality. I mean, bare minimum.
Yeah, bare minimum. I mean, we are working towards.
We shouldn't be shooting towards I'm just looking for equality. I'm just looking for a plateau there, buddy. I don't care about. I'm not looking for great. I'm not, just like, hey, some sort of understanding.
Be less of a dickhead.
Yeah, so part of me is just like, well, don't go and make somebody feel bad. Don't do all that dumb stuff. Like, that annoys me to some degree. How seriously are we taking this?
I have no idea.
Are we doing it or are we not doing it? That's all. That's all that makes me say is just like, are we doing it or are we not doing it?
I think it depends on the decade. It seems like some decades, we're really working hard towards equality, and then like we'll take a decade off and be like, oh, you know what? I think we did enough. And then everybody realizes, you know what? Maybe we didn't do enough. So,
because I'm definitely pro, love yourself. Black people, love yourself. Do all that. But, let's also I don't know.
I like to say I'm just pro let's quit fucking everybody else over situation.
Yeah, I'm kind of just over it, you know what I mean? So let's
look, I have like two simple rules in this house. Don't be an asshole to each other and clean up your messes. If the whole world went by don't be an asshole to each other and clean up your messes, we'd have a decent world. I'm just saying. I think that beats the golden rule. Just don't be an asshole and clean up your mess. Bam. Simple.
Yeah.
Just incorporate that into all constitutions across the globe. Don't be an asshole and clean up your mess.
I'm tired of movements. Let's get her done.
Don't be an asshole and clean up your mess.
Tired of this prolonged stuff. We don't need to see each other. Let's just all agree we're going to get this done and let's do it.
Dude, I just can't get over how much Mickey's tastes exactly like Miller High Life left out on the counter overnight.
Yeah.
It's like if that's the taste they went for, they fucking nailed it.
I find it comforting.
Miller High Life left on the counter overnight. I don't know it doesn't even say the alcohol per volume on here.
It just wants you to
It's a secret. I'm not gonna lie.
Better.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And I've only gone halfway through this, and there's still another can here. There's a reason why people drink Mickey's.
Gosh, the burping though.
That is true.
You hear that?
See, I have burped several times, but I've mastered the way of burping silently.
I can't. It's impossible. It's I can barrel through it, and then it's it builds up, and it's you're going to explode. Hold on.
Except for I will say there's certain times when you got that burp that comes deep from within your soul, and it's just I got those. Every once in a while I get those.
It's the rumble of a video game controller,
Yeah, so you feel it developing, and then all of a sudden just
there it is.
So we're gonna transition because we were talking about white people and white people things. I got something for you. I'm gonna put this picture on the screen. So this man, he was actually a YouTuber that goes by oh shit, wrong article. His name is oh shit, wrong article. Oh fuck, I lost the article. Ah shit. I didn't save it. So this dude made a guitar out of the skeletal remains of his uncle. So this man, he lives in Greece, and apparently in Greece, there's a whole law against cremation, and the family had been paying. Because I guess you have to pay rent on your family has to pay the rent where your grave is. So they had to pay rent on a pine box, and Greek Orthodox religious practices state that you can't cremate. So this guy ended up having to take over paying for the grave and everything, and he's trying to think of ways to honor his uncle, so he turned him into an electric guitar.
What's it sound like?
There is a video of him playing the guitar, but I can't play it on here because he's playing an actual song, and I don't want to get copyright struck and all that stuff. But if I, you know what, let me find his name, because he's a YouTuber, and his whole thing was I guess his uncle introduced him to death metal and metal music. So he thought the best way to honor his uncle is to turn him into a guitar. And he was saying it's definitely different playing the guitar, because as you can see on the picture here, which I'll put back up on the screen, is he has to strum in the rib cage. So you can't quite play it as you normally would. You can't quite get that full strumming effect. But the thing that caught my attention the most on this article when it scrolled across my my Google feed, is at first I thought it said man turns uncle's skeleton into a guitar to play Nickelback. I don't know why I read that, and I was like, oh, what? It confused me, but that's not what it actually said. So he did not do this just to play Nickelback. Apparently he's really hardcore into death metal music, and what's more fucking metal and brutal than to make a guitar out of a skeleton?
I don't know. Like, my thing is, like, if it sounded good, then I would be like, this is amazing. Like the craftsmanship, the love, like I would think that would be amazing. But if it's just not even playable and you just like put some strings in your like, then part of me is kind of like, all right, then it's gimmicky. If he made it like for some reason, if it sounded amazing, I would be like, yeah, that's metal. That's amazing. But if it's just like, okay, this is like an out of the box craft kind of like, you know, goth version situation, then I'm like,
No, apparently he actually that's what they call second death from Sublime Traps. You died, and then the second time when someone used your bones to play Nickelback. That was my thought at first. I was like, oh, that's like the most metal thing to do. And then you play Nickelback, and I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Because that's what confused me the most is at first, because I don't know if it was like a dyslexic moment or what, but it says, because headline, I read it. This is what I read the headline as: man builds guitar out of his dead uncle's skeleton, use it to play Nickelback, but it actually said black metal. I don't know why I read Nickelback. I don't know how my brain construed that, but I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? But no, I guess apparently this guy, like you said, he had to pay, they were having to pay rent on where he was buried or whatever, and that is expensive as fuck. And then it just comes down to he wanted to honor his uncle's memory, who was a big old metalhead, and turned into a guitar. And so I guess he had searched because he wanted to be able to play it and actually sound good. He didn't want to just turn to a guitar just for the sake of turning to a guitar. He wanted to actually sound like something. And so yeah, that's what he did. He turned his uncle into an electric guitar. And Maverick, I'm not even going to acknowledge your comment.
I can't see it, and my
Uh,
phone died, so
it, it,
I need it acknowledged.
it was complimentary towards Nickelback, so that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna move on. Moving on. It's like Mickey's. You just look at it and you move on. Mickey's. You drink it and you move on. Nickelback. You hear it and you move on. Nickelback is the Mickey's of music. There you go. Now that's a collab for you. Mickey's and Nickelback. You drink it, you hear it, and you move on. Oh, I'm not even acknowledging that there, Maverick. You know what you said.
I'll be honest.
Probably
like 3 more of these, and I would be down to like just jamming to Nickelback. Like I'd be like, burn it to the ground. Like, let's listen to it. Like fucking.
So Mickey's
look at this photograph. Like fucking, I'd be down. All of them. The bangers, the not so bangers.
Just the whole.
We'll listen to Avril Lavigne while we're at it. Like,
oh Jesus. Poor Mickey's. 3 of these and suddenly you're in Naughty's trash music right there, man. So do you have any thoughts on this man that turned his uncle into guitar?
Yeah, like I said, if it actually worked and like seemed like something super actually like, sorry, burps. Death. Metal. Like if he could like, if it sounded like it came from like the depths of hell. Yeah, that would be awesome. But if it's just like some like crafty DIY, you know, situation, then it's kind of like, that's lame.
All right, I'm finding his name is Prince Midnight.
No, see, his name's Prince Midnight. No,
that's the name he goes by.
That sounds like a My Little Pony. He's no. There's nothing metal about this dude.
Well, that's I'm going to my screen share. I'm gonna see if I can. We'll play a second of it, and hopefully we don't get in trouble. All right, is he doing something?
Yeah.
This is the guitar.
Well, that doesn't sound bad. Is that for real that, though?
What's that?
But we believe that that's for real that.
That's what he's saying.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound like shit, so
yeah, it sounds halfway decent. You know, Maverick is a stan for Prince Midnight.
Of course
he would be. Well, he's got looks like 5 videos up. He has one video is called Socialized Crucifixion by Ass Suck. So I'm guessing he does covers of different metal bands. So yeah, that's Prince Midnight and his uncle. Prince Midnight and his uncle. Good night, Cleveland.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like shit. So that makes it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like one of his big goals.
I guess part of me, I can't decide if it would be lamer if it looked more like a video game weapon, you know, kind of situation. Like maybe I want it to be a little bit more like crazy.
Oh, Sublime suggests we play Sugar Ray on it. Well, I mean, I'd be down for that. I don't know if you've heard Sugar Ray's first album. That shit was punk as fuck.
I'd say yes. 100% yes.
Play some Mean Machine on that bitch.
I say, you know what?
Live your best
forgive
life.
the name. I mean, the principle of the matter is it's metal.
So. Yeah, Sugar Ray is punk rock. The first album was punk as fuck.
Well, I just mean the actual action of the dude. Oh. So I'm gonna go with my final answer to the thing is yes, what he did is metal, and it's not lame.
Prince Midnight, he's metal and not lame.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Maverick, you're only quoting the popular song. You need to go to the first album with Mean Machine. That was a great fucking album, and it was really fucking punk. And later on, they came around with All Around the World, and they're also entertained the whole idea. Like the whole music was 1459. Like they already lived their 15 minutes of fame. That's why it was called 1459. I will go with Mark McGrath is a pretty cute looking dude. I'll give him that. He's a good looking dude. I can be like, hey, not sure about the frosted tips, but hey, whatever. I mean, Guy Fieri kind of situation. You know, I'm almost done with this Mickey's. And I'm not encouraged to move on to a second one. Oh, he was saying Prince of Midnight is handsome too. But, you know, also Mark McGrath. So he was talking about Prince of Midnight is handsome.
I don't remember what he looked like, but I kind of feel like it was like
he looked like this.
Fieri. Oh, no.
He does have a Guy Fieri, Mark McGrath kind of death metal situation going on. You know, it's a look.
I feel like his weave is not honorary.
I think Maverick's gonna leave you for Prince Midnight.
God.
Damn it.
I'd hate to lose out to that, but you know.
All right. Do we have any dead uncles anywhere?
Fuck.
Mom! That's terrible. Do we have any tentacles we have to pay rent on a grave? Dude, that's actually fucked up, though. You still got to pay rent when you're dead. Like...
Yeah, I think it was on, what was that one show with Carl Pilkington? It was either The Moaning of Life or Idiot Abroad. But like they were talking about like how they would have to clean out graves. Like, okay, your time in this grave is done, you know, like, and then they like just kind of like chuck you out. And I'm just like, wow.
That's terrible, man. Like, oh, all right. Got a new tenant, move it in.
Like, cause like I kind of like the idea because like the burying people thing, like I like the symbolism and I like the idea of it, but it's like people are just gonna die continuously. Eventually that isn't gonna work. You know, you can't keep dedicating land. Like if you keep digging down, then yeah, you can like keep a bunch of people, but it's just kind of like people are not gonna quit dying and people are not gonna quit fucking. Those are guaranteed. So
That's true. That is true. I mean, just look at Japan and China and all these highly overpopulated countries. I mean, there's probably more people being born than there are dying.
who knows?
Things are getting out of control.
But
guitar industry might be booming though later. I mean, this guy might start a trend.
I know. I was thinking, what instrument could I make out of static? My my little
I would say maybe a ukulele.
Chihuahua. Yeah, I was thinking a ukulele.
A ukulele or maybe a lute.
Oh, a lute?
A lute.
Oh, fuck yeah.
An ocarina. I don't know if you want to use a wind instrument for an animal.
Yeah, for bones. Maybe fill in some holes with like use a skull.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like
just
fill in some bits with
you know what?
Whatever, and drill some holes into little areas.
Here's what I'm thinking.
We could do this.
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, Blues Traveler, John Popper. He had the little harmonica thing like that, so you could do an ocarina with the skull, and then have the little like ukulele with the torso and the skeleton, and he could play it and be like, "Oh, you know, Blues Traveler."
Dude, I think I would develop powers if we made this. Like I have to. I feel like that's just like how this thing works, you know?
I mean, I smell COVID, so you need a
like
superpower.
Me and Azalea Banks. I think she was making, I forgot, Maverick, if you remember, like she boiled her cat like and put it on like Instagram or Snapchat or something.
What?
Yeah. She like videoed it and she was boiling her cat because I think she was gonna take the jawbones or something and turn them into earrings. So she was trying to get the flesh off of them. So she was boiling the dead cat. And I guess it had been dead for a while. So it's not that crazy, but it's just like also remember it's Azalea Banks. So it's like it's just not a good idea. Like Maverick, I'm not anti.
Maverick doesn't remember if it was Iggy Azalea or Azalea Banks.
I mean, in a weird way, same people.
But that must have smelled terrible, though, trying to boil a dead cat that's been dead for weeks. Holy shit, that's...
Because, like, my thing is like, my doggo, Static, is buried at my mom's house, my family's house, and if I'm to move or go somewhere else, I always want to take his skeleton with me. So I still have hopes to like dig him up. It's been like maybe 2 years, 3 years since
at least
Static died. Yeah,
at a minimum.
So I don't know. I eventually thought about digging him up. I just want to make sure that when I dig him up, it's not going to be a horror show.
I mean,
I'm like, I still love that dog. If I see it as bones, I'll be able to like disassociate. But if I see like meats, I'm going to have issues. I don't want a juicy animal.
Well, I mean,
pick up out the ground.
With 2 years, I don't think it's gonna be a juicy animal, but I don't know if it'll still be like some skin or.
Because I would get like beetles, because you can get order flesh-eating beetles to like do this.
Yeah, to clean them up.
And so like I can understand why Azalea Banks did what she did, but it's also like, bitch, and you decide to put that on Snapchat like or Instagram or whatever the fuck she did. It's just like, no, girl, that's some crazy shit you be doing.
Yeah,
you
not the
shave
best
your
decision.
head, you're doing all this, and then you do that. Like it's taxidermy and shit like that isn't like
one crazy thing at a time.
It's normalized enough that we're not like, oh, look at the psychopath trying to like preserve this dead animal. Like it's normalized enough where it's like, yeah, I can understand that. I'm also trying to do something similar. Like, I feel you, girl. But it's like, you're Azalea Banks, and the shit you do is like already here, and then you're gonna videotape yourself boiling this dead cat. Yeah, okay, girl, okay.
Well, I mean, maybe she wanted to make a ukulele as well.
I think it was she wanted to make earrings out of the jawbone or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Maverick is the one who read it to me, so I don't know. I don't know if he recalls, but it was something like that. That's what she was trying to do, and she was just trying to get rid of all the tissue and stuff that was on it. I mean, I never saw it because it got taken off before I could see it, and I never really looked it up because I already was like, I know what this. Like, I love Azalea Banks. Like, she's one of those bitches that I just love to hate. Like, she was like suicidal, and everybody was like, oh my God, like trying to reach out to her. And she was like, nah, you're always talking about how I'm a bitch and stuff. Like, keep that same energy. Don't be over here fucking like, oh my God, like, you're talking about killing yourself. We love you. Like, you're worth it and all this shit. Like,
Azalea Banks boils dead cat remains.
Oh, yeah.
Azalea Banks. I Googled it for you. Well, I mean, I guess like maybe that was one of those things she could have like.
But she's like a 50 Cent type. Like, she's out there just like coming for people all the time. Like, she is a bitch. But I love her. And I don't mind her music. Her music isn't necessarily bad, but she's just known for being an asshole. That's nobody's ever talking nice about her. So she was talking about how she was like gonna maybe end it all or some stupid shit like that. And then people were all like, oh my God, and like reaching out to her. And she was like, hold up, like everybody fucking hates me. And she's like, don't be acting like all of a sudden like you care when you want to talk shit all the other time. And I was like, you know what? I love this bitch. She's like the perfect heel. She needs to just start wrestling. AEW, get it. And she's perfect.
All right, TK, call up Azalea Banks, man.
I'm telling you, she would be a great like heel wrestler. I love her.
I honestly, this is the first time hearing about her.
Like, she's like popular, but not popular. I don't know, but it's not really for her music. It's just like she's always calling people out.
She's popular for her shenanigans.
Yeah, like she feels like a Kanye West type.
Well, Kanye West is always saying he's a genius and he's the voice of his generation, and
yeah, like it's the same thing. It's like she has like an ego, and she's always calling like people ugly and all that stuff, and then she like I said, she's kind of like a 50 Cent and a Kanye mixed. I feel like she's a troll. More than anything, she's a troll. Her music doesn't suck, but she's just known for being a difficult bitch.
Well, I mean, I guess you could be known for worse things.
And I'm like, I don't know if like give it like 10 years, 5 years, and we'll find out it's like a Britney Spears situation where you're like, oh, like, you know, how could we do this to her? And this is how she ended up being, who knows? But like she's as of right now, she's known for being a difficult
bitch. Well.
And then
I mean, everybody's got to have a
crazy.
gimmick. You got to have a
Yeah.
gimmick, you know, and that's how it
Her
is. If you-
music's not bad, but it's just like she's one of those people who's like, okay, I have to run my mouth about every situation.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to go into a whole rabbit hole. I've fallen down into a deep rabbit hole with YouTube scandals over the last year. 2020, I am just appalled at how many YouTubers are messaging minors.
Azalea Banks is not a scandal. She's an ongoing situation. Like that's
So it's kind of like a Jeffree.
it doesn't have scandals.
It's like a Jeffree Star situation. It's not less
Yeah.
a scandal.
It's like
it's a prolonged
fucked up-
situation.
What fucked up thing did she do this time? and then it's like, yeah.
That's no way to live your life, though, man. Eventually, it's all gonna catch up to you. You gotta, sort out your shit. I mean, I guess when you just keep it all out there, there's no skeletons in your closet because it's always out for the public to see all the time. But
no, I'm sure it's not healthy for her the way she behaves sometimes, and I think sometimes it probably does alienate and hurt her. But at the same time, I'm also like, if that's who you want to be, baby girl, that's what I love you for. Like, I love you for just being that.
Gotta make your money, boo.
It's like she's not a person like I would want coming from me, or just because it's like stupid shit she says. It's like, and I hate to say it, but like in my head, it's like, I know she's going to say some dumb fucked up shit about some people. It's going to make me giggle because I'm going to be like, oh, Azalea. Like, there you go again. Like, I don't even take it seriously. Like, nothing. And that sucks for her and that's sad. But like, to some degree, I'm like, I think she knows that's what she does. And if she doesn't, then yeah, that's sad. And I'm sorry. And then whoopsie daisy. But like, to some degree, I'm kind of like, I'm willing to buy in, dude. Like,
yeah, why sell out when you can buy in?
And I also totally, we could find out it is going to be like a Britney Spears like situation. Like, we find out like, oh, how could we do this to her and all this stuff? Like, who knows? But for right now, I'm enjoying the drama.
Yeah, I know. I gotta risk a piss horse. Hold down the fort for a second.
Oh no, because I cannot see. Okay, so I cannot see because my phone died. We started late today because I have been spring cleaning pretty much my room. So I've been like wiping down the walls, the floors, everything. Everything has been gone over. And I worked up until basically showtime. So I kind of, yeah. That's why we started late. I have not got my shit together. My phone's dead. Yeah, I just whoopsie today. I was super productive, but I also, slacked off.
You know what we need? We need a Jamie for situations like this. Like Joe Rogan has Jamie, so when you have your guests and like somebody's got to take a piss, you have somebody else you can sit there and just like talk to. That's what we need. We need a fucking Jamie. I'm trying to decide if I want to drink this other Mickey's right now or not. I feel like I moved on already. I drank and I moved on. I still got one more to go. Oh, life is so difficult.
I also still have a full one to go.
All right. I guess let's get into this. I've run out of topics. I've done my rant. I've talked about the skeleton guy. I mean, if you want, we can talk about a girl that got bit on the ass by a bear.
I mean, what do you say besides like, oh,
Yeah, apparently
she has an ass cheek, right? That's gone.
Oh no, apparently it was a woman out in Anchorage, Alaska. It happened February 19th. They were out on like a little snowmobile camping trip. She was bit specifically on the right butt cheek. She went out to the outhouse and she went to go take a piss, and suddenly something attacked her ass. And it turned out there was a bear in the outhouse.
I'm just glad I don't have to worry about that necessarily.
Yeah.
Like I've heard of like snakes coming up through the plumbing and stuff like that, and you get a little snake bite in the ass or something like that. But Jesus Christ, a whole bear.
I know. Well, see, that's what I was thinking about. I was actually thinking about originally before I decided to go with the skeleton guy. I was debating between looking up how many articles that have happened that are people that have gotten bit in the ass by some sort of animal in a toilet. I mean, that's a terrifying situation to be.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, if you think about it, how many times do you just carelessly throw yourself on the toilet because you have to go to the bathroom? Like,
I know.
You kind of just get used to it. You never think, my God.
Is there an animal down there? Is there a bear in the outhouse?
Or even worse, is there going to be a person hanging out in this outhouse?
Like, oh, yeah, dude, that's even worse, man. I don't know how many stories have happened with, I mean,
like at festivals and stuff.
I'm not sure what's worse is discovering there's a bear down there or a dude down there.
A bear, I can't be too mad, but a human being, I'm like, that'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
That'll fuck you up for a lifetime.
Yeah. Maverick wants to know who's eating ass, and well, there was a bear in an outhouse. But like I said, yeah, that's my thought. Is I'm still like, if I had to choose, I think I'd go with a bear than like be dropping a deuce and suddenly hearing some dude down there with a snorkel or some shit. I'll choose an animal over a dude anytime. Nobody wants to shit on somebody. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true, but there's yeah. I don't want to pinch a loaf and then some dude be down there.
Oh, see, that would fuck me up.
That's traumatizing.
It's like, you know, like when you watch a horror movie or something and you're like, when I watch horror movies, the whole time I just go like, okay, this might not be a scary movie, but if this happened to me in real life, this would fuck me up. And it's like, so like you always see these like dumb parts where they turn and then there's like this like ghost child and it's like, and you're like, that's not scary. But if it happened to me in real life, that would fuck me up forever. And I feel like it's the same idea. Like if I looked in the toilet and just saw a pair of peepers looking at me from the fucking outhouse, I'd be like, see, I'm done. There goes my ball. I don't trust anybody anymore. I have no ability. Like, I'm done.
That's when you just become a hermit. That's when this podcast becomes just strictly like you never leave your room again. You're just shitting in a bucket because nobody can hide in a bucket.
Yeah, I become full Karen though, and I start calling the cops on anybody who comes anywhere near my land or anything like that. Like that's who I become.
Anything questionable?
I look down a porta potty and I see somebody staring back at me. My life is fucked. my whole reality just has become a whole fucking situation. I'm just like, all right.
I can see that becoming a problem.
Yep.
Ooh. What? No, I just discovered there's a problem. My Twitter is not properly linked to Twitch. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Oh, you know what? It's gonna change my Twitter handle. What can you do? What can you do?
Well, might as well promote it. What you change it to?
Oh, it's just my name. It's just Justin Parent. Yeah.
Nah.
It's just that Justin. I don't. Which I probably should change it because all my almost like I don't know my everything's either bottom class or Justin Parent. I don't know if I should change. I don't know. Whatever's. I gotta fix it. I got to fix it. Social medias. I'm bad at it.
I'm worse.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know. It scares me.
I need to work on my TikToks. Well, that's why you don't promote anything personal. Oh shit, I forgot. I almost spilled my Mickey's in the. I forgot my Mickey's is sitting here inside Bazonga's O'Shea.
We need to. Okay, I'm seriously gonna make some tassels.
Tassels would be good. I was gonna get some electrical tape and make some little pasties and do those little X's like they do in the like burlesque shows. I was thinking about doing that. So you know what? I was just thinking about this. Speaking of sensory nips, apparently Belle Delphine, she has a fans only, but she still censors half of her fans only shit, and then people pay more money to actually see the nudes. It's like, isn't that what you get a fans only for? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I fully respect Belle Delphine's way of making money.
Belle Delphine is definitely a case of don't hate the player, hate the game.
Oh yeah, she's figured out
top tier. That I ain't even mad.
Oh no,
I'm like, this is a pure one of those ones. Like, you gotta look at yourself, then, honey, because it's like if you want to buy her bathwater that she's never bathed in and all that, if you're willing to do that, you have to take a hard look at yourself because
she knows what her audience is. And you know what? I'm just saying, like apparently I was watching a YouTube thing. A dude bought her fans only. Somebody tipped her $10,500 for a painting that she painted with her ass. And she's sending a painting that she did with her ass cheeks and then like the pair of panties she was wearing at the time.
She's a person I couldn't be friends with just because it's like, see, I'd be too jealous. I can't even. You did what now? And he paid what? Like, fucking dude, all I can say is good on you. Like that. Good on you, good on you, good on you.
Sublime says that was cheap.
I think, yeah, like I think I dislike her, but I'm also like I can't.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can't be mad.
I respect her game. I've told you I've considered doing a fans only myself, but my whole goal is this is my fans only plan. I think I've revealed it before. Is I'm gonna juggle dildos riding a unicycle, and I was thinking my fans only would be like this whole journey. I'll go hit up Otis over at the sex shop. Consult with him and seeing what kind of dildos would be best for juggling. We'll have a discussion. We'll promote his stuff. Through social media and stuff. We'll maybe do little clips. and then we'll go unicycle shopping, and then like it's just gonna build. First we'll work on riding the unicycle, and then the dildo juggling, and then maybe we'll buy a loincloth, and then eventually we'll do like customized dildos where I can set the balls on fire and juggle, burning balls. And we'll ride the unicycle and the loincloth, and then I don't know where we'll go from there. But I figure that'd be a long journey.
Sky's the limit, bro.
Yeah. I mean, once you got the unicycle and the dildo juggling down, I mean, where else can you go? Maybe work on doing a trick where because a lot of dildos have the suction cup on the end where I could juggle it and then just catch one on my forehead and just be like, bloom. And then, and then
they told you, like, I don't know about you, but they taught us juggling in PE.
I do.
We did like 1 or 2 weeks of just everybody learning how to juggle. And it's for life, lessons and reasons like this,
Yes,
this is 100% why that was mandatory.
Yeah, juggling in PE because one day you might want to juggle some dildos. And I kind of remember a little bit of the juggling thing. I even bought some of the little juggling ball kits that they send you and you can like learn to juggle. I never really learned, so we're gonna have to start fresh again. So I don't know what would be better, is starting with the unicycle or the juggling. I'm not sure.
Sorry. Juggling is definitely I think the foundation of this. Unicycle, I think once you got that, you're good, but like the arm and hand throwing is what's so.
Yes.
Focus on your juggle game. And then unicycle, I'm sure you got the core strength for that.
Maybe. We'll work on it. I haven't been in the gym in a while. I'm getting a little flabby around the midsection. Flabbier.
Hopefully the flap has formed a pear shape.
And then
give you more balance upon this,
And then I'll be a walk-in ad for the show, the production company, Pearco Productions on Pear Shaped. And real quick, Sublime Trap says that one day her painting will be in the Louvre next to the Mona Lisa. And I would so much like to say no, we're the world's classier than that, but you know what? That's very possible. That's honestly very possible. Belle Delphine's butt cheeks in the Louvre next to the Mona Lisa.
Dude, yeah, like at some point they're gonna like treat this decade like how Rome was, and they were gonna be like, ladies were painting with their butt cheeks. And then they're gonna have these pictures of Belle Delphine and when they find like the ruins that is,
I mean, are we that far removed from the way Roman bathhouses and everything were?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, shit's weird.
Like, it's like the internet is gonna be like assuming that people. Like, we don't have just like a Atlantis situation or like a fucking Rome thing where we just fucking die Egypt and all that shit. Yeah, I mean, like, say if somehow the internet does go down, but they find pieces and then this is all they have to look at. Like
4,000 years from now, they'll find a bottle of her water.
Yeah. She'll become like a god. They'll be like Belle Delphine.
They will. They'll be like
water. The water of Belle Delphine. Like,
I mean, she's got the little pixie ears. I could just see it. They're like, they'll be like, I think they used to worship this woman.
Yeah, for sure. Like mythology. Boom. Belle Delphine. Belle
Bam.
Delphine. Even the name. It's just beautiful.
She'll
Rolls
be
off
like
the
the
tongue.
she'll be the goddess of fertility.
Oh my God. Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
amazing.
Water of an ancient goddess. Goddess of fertility. All right. Well, we know her fans don't, but the thing is we're talking like thousands of years later. They find ancient scripts. They find the last bit of what's recorded in history, and they just see how much money people are spending on her and sacrificing goats and chickens possibly, and then it's going to be assumed that she was a goddess of fertility. It's little bits of information are missing over the years, centuries, if you will. Belle Delphine is going to be what the aliens find. All right. I believe we are reaching that time again where it's time to sign off, and we'll send a raid somebody's way. I think we have reached that time.
Honestly, Mickey's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Drink it and move on.
100%. And honestly, that is probably my motto for alcohol, period. Like, drink it and move on. Like, that's what I look for in my booze. Just something that goes, you know what? This gets the job done.
It does. It gets the job done. It tastes better than Still Reserve. I'll give it that.
100%.
Because like I said, at least this tastes like what's it called? Miller High Life that's been left out. But I think we're going to send a raid to Arctic Bun Bun 123, and she's going to be playing Phasmorphia. So real quick before we send the raid her way, let's do our own little housekeeping here. You can find us at ParaKillProductions.com. It has links to all our social media, Twitch channel, YouTube's, everything that you want to find that is Best of the Bottom or Parakill Productions. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, join the family. And if you are a follower here, if you're watch on Twitch, give us a follow. If you want to give us a subscribe, we definitely appreciate that too. I'm working on some plans for people that subscribe. I'm thinking about doing maybe like the one chip challenge thing for the two of us, or maybe government. I'm thinking about setting something to where we get a certain amount of subscribers. We're going to do some stupid challenge because that's what you do on the internet. You do some sort of challenge to make yourself miserable. And that's what we're looking at doing at some point here soon or than later, depends on when we get all our subscribers. And I want to thank you guys for watching us tonight. We really appreciate you. We love you guys. Now, just remember, bring it in. We love you guys. And we'll definitely see you next time. We love you. You're special. You're awesome. And we have more things coming. We're working on several different things. I just don't know when everything's going to come to fruition because shit takes time and effort. And there's not a lot of time, but we put in a lot of effort. Tastes pretty good.